Up next, the Bucks taking on the Suns. The Milwaukee Bucks, presently in possession of the 7th spot in the East. A middle-of-the-pack team trying to make that next step. Suns, Bucks, coming up next, right after this.
I need the energy all the way up. Come from the bottom, now I'm blowing up. I need the energy all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. I need the energy all the way up. Come from the bottom, now I'm blowing up. I need the energy all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. I need the energy all the way up. Come from the bottom, now I'm blowing up. I need the energy all the way up, all the way up, all the way up.
Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony. Hey, Dave.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
He sure is, David. Great report. Thanks. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for John Wall.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. Ayton is at the center with Johnson next to him. And it's Thibault in at the small forward position. And for Milwaukee, Giannis and Portis, the lengthy post pair for him. Shaw is out there with Primetime, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the small forward. Two very athletic teams here, Greg. A game that's sure to produce a lot of highlights.
And makes me think of Stacey Augmon, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. "17-foot shot on the way. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Shoots from 12. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
And as a result, there was a blowout win. I mean, credit them for initiating contact and forcing the officials to make the calls.
Here's Thibault. Ayton trying to break free. They shoot again, and that's 2 points on the layup.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Here's Primetime, and that one is hammered home.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And we all know what can happen when he gets rolling. A hot start can turn into an explosive scoring night.
Johnson outside. It's good from long range.
Pass first mindset of Paul. When you leave somebody open on his squad, he's going to make you pay for it.
From deep three-point range, Milwaukee keeping it alive. The new 14. Here's Primetime. Against Cleveland, he was really on his game. Ayton is a player who, Greg, occasionally shoots a three, but it's still a developing part of his game.
Yeah, you know, not the best numbers from outside. Does it to keep teams honest, but it's a far-fetched to say he can stretch a defense. A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
Thibault can't get it to go.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player. It's Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Booker outside. Back to Paul. Oh, Ayton in position. An emphatic LU jam.
I love the play call. Ayton's a well-coordinated athlete You know he has the reach. Give him a chance to go up and get it.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's prime time. Offensive rebound. Portis, and the basket is good.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Thibault can't get it to go. The Bucks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Drives to the hoop. They now take the lead. That's now 8 points for prime time.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Releases from 15, and it's Paul missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And we have an attempt. The Suns have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
DeAndre Ayton, shooting 1.
Free throw no good for Ayton.
You know, so much hype around Ayton. Has that rare combination of NBA-ready body, productivity, and upside. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And there's the pass to Ty. Now Jamison. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dawkins, good.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
From deep. That shot off the mark. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a hard-charging attacking style for Giannis. He knows he'll absorb some contact along the way.
There's going to be a lot of teams that's going to come out and try to be physical with me, try to hit me, knock down to the floor. But I just got to keep my composure. I think I have great teammates that always talk to me and tell me, Giannis.
And such a fierce competitor. But Giannis knows he can't afford to get into altercations with opponents.
No, too important to his team. Sometimes toughness is about keeping your composure even after the tough hits.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also like the attack off the bounce. I mean, they're taking the initiative here in terms of getting into the lane and forcing the defense to collapse.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. We've got time. Hopkins is out there with Cameron Johnson. And it's Jamison in at the 2 guard. Portis, he's checked in for the Bucks. Matisse Thybulle checked in for the Suns. Here's prime time. Fires, high post. And it's off the back rim, no good. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Now we've seen mid-range jumpers lose favor, but Clark, it seems like the floater is on the rise.
Kevin, it's a must-have shot in today's game because of the lane being open as much as it is, the way the game is officiated, where you can drive it and create foul situations. Smaller guys that get in the lane have to have a shot that can avoid taller defenders, and the floater is that shot. You know, after winning most of the individual accolades, Giannis is focused now only on titles, and he'd like to get that in the plural form.
The Bucks won their last contest, that game against the Cavaliers. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
Let's check out the stats for Giannis Antetokounmpo. The past month has been surreal. He's averaging 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. And really, he sets the table for this team with his playmaking.
Unselfish, at times to a fault. He just makes everybody around him better.
And that one falls for Dawkins. And both free throws good for Dawkins. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's prime time. 12 points for him. Puts up a three. Todd with the rebound.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Jamison the pass to Dawkins. Thibault kicks to Jamison. Pass to Todd. The Suns need to get a shot off. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Primetime.
Basketball is one of the few sports where good offense beats good defense, and nobody has had better offense than him lately. I don't think there's anybody in the league that could have slowed him down on offense. He was unstoppable, to say the least. Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on you.
You know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
One shot.
Greg, playing most of your career in the 90s, the game has really changed. Less physical, more skilled, but what role has the league played in all of that change?
Well, the NBA is at the forefront of these changes. The competition committee that they have that meets annually to discuss ways to try to improve the game. Listen, they're not going to always knock it out of the park, but you have to keep thinking forward. And I applaud the league for their attempts to try to improve this game and grow.
Driving to the basket. Yep, that one goes. Primetime's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Johnson in the corner. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Let's take a look at the numbers for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Thibault, the pass to Dawkins. Now here's Johnson. A 3-ball. The rebound by the Bucks.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
That one drops for him. Primetime's got 11 points in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Jamison the pass to Thibault. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And the Bucks with some changes. Alinari, he's checked in for Fortis, and it's Holiday in for Harris. Here's Primetime, up and in on the way. Primetime's got 23.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Paul passes to Johnson. Booker looking around. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in their rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
A shot by Paul, no good. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 17-6 run.
And with Chris Paul, he makes this team work. Gets the most out of his teammates and has done that wherever he's played.
Booker outside. Passes it to Johnson. Suns moving the ball around. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in.
Cameron Johnson.
Johnson's got 5.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
Here's prime time. Got a piece of it. They recover it. That one goes in.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
As you said, Paul's teams often overachieve in the standing.
People still underestimate his impact. He sets up and improves his guys as well as anyone. And he's the engine to this whole operation.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, going back to John Wall's college career when he was at Kentucky, he may have only played 1 season, but he racked up some pretty nice awards. All-American, Conference Player of the Year, just to name a couple. And I tell you, he packed a lot into just 1 season.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at Phoenix. Right now at the playoff start, they would have the 7th seed.
Well, right now for the Suns, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
Here's prime time. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Giannis has got 6 points in the quarter.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Booker outside. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense from Gallinari. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. Pull up Jay. That's good from Gallinari on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Gallinari's got 11 points.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And this game, Clark, a battle for playoff positioning, a lot riding on the outcome.
Yeah, and you will not see any load management tonight, Kevin. I think both of these teams will be...
And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Milwaukee on top, opening up a huge gap. Got a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, guys. With head coach Monty Williams. Coach, how do you get things going a little bit more offensively?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson along. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
Man, this was a brawl inside. Shaq, I know you like this. But then guys were sacrificing their bodies, making plays through contact, just wearing the hard hat.
And that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Really an incredible game from Primetime.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up, be physical with him.
Giannis and Portis, the lengthy post pair for him. Primetime is out there with Shaw. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Over to the wing. Paul kicks to Booker. 6 to shoot. For the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. 7 points in the game.
And really, Booker is as lethal as they come from deep. Can't allow him to get into a groove.
Portis trying to free himself. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Thybulle with the ball. Picked up by Portis, and that one's good. Ayton.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Good on the bucket. 31 points for Primetime.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Johnson up top. Antetokounmpo defending. Johnson kicks to Booker. Over Caldwell Pope. And the shot no good. A bit short.
The scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Here's Primetime, defended by Paul. Here's Primetime. Paul grabs the board.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
To the paint. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
And look at Ayton get up there. Have to enjoy watching the big man getting tricky with it.
We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Suns trail by 20. Kicks it out to Paul. Booker draws the double. Johnson, a wide open look. Hits the 3-point bomb. Johnson's got 10 points.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Here's Primetime. Giannis dunks it down.
Well, that's just a matter of outworking the defense there by Giannis, beating them to the glass and sending it right back.
Johnson outside. And the rejection by Giannis. Here's Primetime. An easy 2 points on the way.
Timeout.
Primetime's got 33.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
The Bucks making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. And the Georgia Bulldog, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. KCP earns his keep on defense.
He certainly does, Kevin, but that combined with his long-range marksmanship have carved him a nice niche in the NBA, and part of the reason the Lakers won the championship in 2020.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. As NBA revenues climb into the tens of millions of dollars, teams have even more resources to compete. Staffs are growing with more coaches, trainers, and specialists, so general managers have more to manage than ever. Generally, the best organizations are those that effectively collaborate and communicate across the board. Kevin?
And DA, as we know, that's always been the case. Thank you. The shot's good from Paul.
Boy, it would be fun to check the number of points that Paul has generated running the pick and roll throughout his career. It's such a reliable play for him because he's so good at reading the defense.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot
The Bucks making a change here. Wara checked in. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
And they've also worked hard to get the ball inside. They haven't just settled. And they've hit a lot of high percentage shots in this game.
Pass to Ayton. Milwaukee with the rebound. Gallinari's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Primetime. He's covered by Ayton. Mora. Here's Primetime. And that one drops. Primetime's got 40 points.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
Wall passes to Todd. To the inside. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Ayton's got 8 here in the quarter.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
And good that time. 42 points for Primetime.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
There's the triple. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
It's hauled in by Thibault. Thibault's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Wall. And he banks in the layup. Wall's got 7 points.
Wall gets a lot of defensive attention inside, but his experience and skill along with his athleticism allow him to find a way to get it up and down.
Timeout called the Bucks. A different look for Milwaukee. Clark, he's checked in for Gallinari. Collins comes in for Caldwell Pope, and it's Drew Holiday in for Shaw. And the Suns also making a change. Dawkins checked in for Matisse Thybulle. A chance here to get a quick injury report. Now for an update on Antetokounmpo's injury, let's go over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Bucks head athletic trainer. He's got an injury to his elbow, specifically his elbow joint, and it looks like it's a pinched nerve. And of course, that would be a brutal loss for this team if he misses any time, as they're getting ready for the end of the season. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. Dawkins, the pass to Todd. Here's Dawkins. Guarded by Holiday. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Suns have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. And that one falls for Todd. Shaw's checked.
Substitution for the Suns.
We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Portis trying to free himself. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Trailing by 19. On the court for the Suns, Matisse Thybulle's out there with Devin Booker. And it's Wall. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. Really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away. And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Milwaukee leading by 19. Here's Primetime. And the Bucks miss again. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball, and Devin understands that. Has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
No good from outside.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Now, the defense was far from awful. However, he's still got to make these shots, in my opinion.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Personal foul.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basket.
Number 17. At the line for one.
And in this era of player empowerment, Clark, you think star players have ever had more leverage than they do today?
No question they have not. With social media, the platforms players have been able to build, the following the NBA has, not just domestically, but globally, all of that has converged to give players a significant amount of power. And not to discount the fact that players are more aware and educated in so many of the business aspects of the game than I've ever seen them, and that's an encouraging sign from my perspective.
Booker outside. The pass to Johnson. Back to Booker. Inside. 5 on the clock. Johnson can't get it to go. Milwaukee leading by 22. Here's Primetime. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Primetime's got 49 points in the game.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Ayton kicks to Wall. Can they get it? Ayton trying to break free. With that miss, he is now 4 for 7 from the field. Takes it inside, and Thibault sends it back. Wall wide open. Phoenix no good that time either. Milwaukee's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Shaw passes to Primetime. Clark, between the draft and free agency and big mid-season trades, it feels like we rarely see the same team twice season to season.
Yeah, guys move around quite a bit, more so than in the past, Kevin. I don't necessarily know if that's good or bad. It's certainly different. I tend to lean towards guys staying in the same place longer. That would be my personal preference, but the landscape has shifted and changed, and it's overall probably a positive thing for the players.
Lays it up off the glass. Primetime's got 53.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And with a monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Milwaukee.
Here's Primetime.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
That's his second personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for Milwaukee.
The first free throw is good. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Vonleh's checked in for Portis. Alinari comes in for Antetokounmpo. Gary Harris, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Shaw. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Phoenix has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
And this has been...
The dynamic, Greg, between players and officials is always interesting. With some players saying they think there's a lot of room for improvement. What do you think?
Well, we do see players getting teed up for simply making their case, and really the guys just want to play. So, yeah, you love to see a little bit more harmony out on the floor, and maybe we need to get those two groups together in the offseason to break bread and try to smooth over that relationship. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bucks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so now on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
Most definitely. I mean, even though you see opponents outside of your conference only twice a year, you still don't want to have that feeling of being swept.
A fantastic show.
First substitution on the court.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. He takes it in. He can't get that one. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Giannis. Huge, big win tonight. How did you do it?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.